Hey there, Regina Anla here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. We spend so much time talking about AI apps like ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and Meta and all these really cool content creating apps. And they're awesome, I have to say. I love them. I use them every day. But there is so much more to AI. Our theme this week is creative AI. And today, I want to talk about 3 different ways you can get really creative using AI in your business for creating stuff like images and videos and that kind of thing. So, the first thing I want to say is if design is not your thing, and I can tell you right now, it's not mine, but you still want your brand to kind of stand out and pop online, then this one's for you because you don't necessarily have to go out and hire an expert. I create stuff all the time. And I'll tell you, I turn to AI a lot now to help me get more creative. I have ideas in my head. I don't know if this is you. I get ideas in my head. They sound really good in my head. They kind of like pop in my head. And yet when I try to actually put them on paper, it never comes out the same. You should see the walls of my house. They're pretty much beige because I have these visions of how it could really look and how it can really pop. And yet design just isn't really my thing. However, when I get just a tiny bit of help from AI, all of a sudden now I can visualize it. So that's what I want to talk about today. I'm going to share like 3 maybe unexpected ways that you can use AI tools, and I'm going to actually give you some tool names to go check out. So the first one is, instead of trying to find the right photo for what you want to do, you know how you look on Pixabay, you look on Canva, maybe Adobe Stock or Spark or one of the picture places where you go and find all the images, and you're like, yeah, it's not quite right. It's not the image I was really looking for. Well, instead of looking for those photos all over the place, you can go directly to AI and prompt AI. So there's apps like Leonardo. It's leonardo.ai. If you're a Canva person, the Canva Magic Media is built right in and generates images as well. And there's another one called PixRay that will help you create like more stylized, artistic-y like looks. And here's all you need to do. The biggest challenge that I see with most people when they're like, oh, but I never get the image I want, go back to the prompt, right? You want to be very, very specific. So do something like, I'm looking for a female coach sitting in her office chair, smiling with soft pink and gold tones and natural light. You want to be really specific. So all that stuff that's in your head that you're like, oh, I get the image, I understand what I'm looking for, but I just can't seem to find it or create it myself. You can go into these and just prompt them with all that detail, and you'd be surprised how quickly you can get an image that exactly works for what you're looking for. Now, I have people tell me all the time, well, AI keeps creating all this cartoony stuff. It will, unless you make sure that you add in, it's a realistic image. You want to make sure you have those words in there that tell AI. If you don't tell it exactly what to do, you're going to get whatever it thinks you wanted. So the better your prompt, the better the image you're going to get from it. So if you go into ChatGPT, you can create images inside of there. There's all these tools and all these places where you can go and create the perfect image. So that is the first one. Now, the second creative way to use these AI tools is to animate quotes or testimonials. So a lot of times we put them in and we have them just on a background and they're just sitting there and they're great. It's a testimonial. It sounds really good. Or it's a quote and it sounds really good. You can use AI to animate them and really make them stand out. Think about it. When you're scrolling through social media, what catches your eye? Things that are moving. So if you animate a quote, animate a testimonial, you're going to get more eyeballs on it because people are going to go, oh, what's that? Because it's moving. So you can use animation. You can use them in reels. You can use them in your stories. You can put a pinned post on your profile that has some of this, animated stuff in it. And there's a couple tools out here. One of them is called Animaker, Animaker, Animaker. It's basically a drag and drop tool. So you can maybe have your static picture that you created. Maybe it's a quote or a testimonial, and you put it onto, a Facebook post size Canva template. That's the word I was looking for. You can now take that, put it into Animaker, and it will animate it for you. And you don't have to do a thing. All you have to do is just plop it in, and it will take care of animating it for you. Now, Canva also actually has an animate feature built in. So you can animate text right inside of Canva as well. And on this Thursday on the AI Spotlight, I'm going to be talking about one of my new favorite AI tools. It's called Lumen 5, Lumen 5, the number 5. And basically, you can turn a quote, a caption, a blog, an article, anything you have. You can repurpose anything into a mini slideshow that has music and all kinds of animation, images that are animated, and everything else. It is so cool. And there's a free version of it. The free version just has the little Lumen ad at the end. Big deal, right? And it still creates the coolest stuff out of things that you might already have that you just want to say, okay, well, I had this post and the post was really good, but it didn't get any engagement. I don't know why. You could take that, pop it into Lumen, have it animated, spice it up just a little bit with AI, put it back out, and I'm guessing you're going to get much more engagement on it. So look at that. And then the third tip is to create thumbnail images or headings using your brand colors and make them really pop. Now, again, if you're like, well, I don't even have a logo. I don't even know how to create a logo, and I'm not really designy and I don't know what to do. Sure, you can go to Fiverr or something and hire somebody to create a logo for you. And chances are eventually you're going to get it right. Or you can go direct to AI and start building it in there. So in Canva, again, Canva, you can build a logo in there. All you need to do is create a new design. And when it asks you what type of design you want to create, type in logo. There's actually logo templates out there. And then you can play with them. And then when you get that set up and you're like, okay, well, I kind of sort of like this. This is where it's here. You could either pop it into ChatGPT and say, hey, this is the logo that I'm working on. It's not quite where I want it to be. Here's what I do in the prompt. Tell it what you do. And I'm looking for something that is a little lighter, a little easier, a little smoother, a little bit more professional, whatever those words are, and let it go recreate it for you with the idea that you had and really make it pop. And then there's another tool called Looka, 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 I think it's Looka. But again, that can be used for creating branded templates, another really cool tool. So there are all these AI tools out there for us, maybe less creative people, to get really super creative out in the world today without having to go to Fiverr, without having to hire a branding company. Now, they have their spots. We're not discounting using people to get this stuff done. But especially if you're starting out and you're like, I'm on a low budget, or I don't have a budget for that this year and I'd really like to redo this, or whatever it is, you can go out, use these AI tools and get started there. And then you'll even have a much better foundation for when you do go hire somebody and say, okay, now I want to kick it up to the next level. So just think about what you're doing, because you don't need fancy software. You don't need design training. All you need are some smart prompts to put into these AI tools and let AI do the work for you. So with that being said, don't miss the Thursday AI Spotlight. I'm going to be going over that tool Lumen 5. I'm going to actually have a demo and show you exactly how it works and how easy it is. You don't need to be techie. You don't need to do anything fancy. All you need to do is put your information in there, and the AI will do all of the work for you. And it's your stuff. So it sounds like you. It's nothing that AI is just making it look pretty and designing it and making it more creative for you. So we'll see you Thursday at the AI Spotlight, and we'll see you next week for our next Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.